Visit tcgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Send us your bulk in exchange for Evolution Booster Box. Visit TCG Castle or check video description to learn more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at Mega Gardevoir Xerneas Break deck for standard format. So basically, I decided to build deck without Mega Turbo, so that's probably the first thing you should notice here. But I find a way actually to replace Mega Turbo with something a little bit better, actually, in my opinion. And that's actually XP Share, because every time your active Pokemon is knocked out, you can easily transfer Fairy Energy to one of your benched Pokemons in play. And that's definitely very good because we can attach XP Share onto Hoopa, and each time we lost our active Pokemon, Hoopa can actually absorb 1 energy and actually preserve it and keep 20 or 30 damage, depending on the Pokemon we actually want to use. Either way, Xerneas Break or Mega Gardevoir. And I actually find out very useful, and it works pretty good. So as you can see right here, 14 Pokemons, 34 training cards, and 12 energies, 60 cards as usual in total. So let's first start with the setup Pokemon. So I'm running 2 copies of Shaymin-EX and 1 copy of Hoopa-EX. So those 3 Pokemons are here pretty much for the drop support and for the Pokemon setup support. Then I'm running 1 backup bench barrier Mr. Mime, just in case I face those annoying Friday Night Eviltal, so I can prevent them from striking to my bench. And in addition to that, I'm running 3 copies of Gardevoir and 3 copies of Mega Gardevoir with the Brilliant Arrow. So this is just a pure Brilliant Arrow Mega Gardevoir deck without Desperate Mega Gardevoir, just because I want to have a Brilliant Arrow each turn for as much damage as I can. Of course, sometimes Desperate Mega Gardevoir should make a lot of sense, but then I just simply need to discard Pokemon with the energies in play, and I simply don't want to do that. So that's the reason why this is just a pure Mega Gardevoir Brilliant Arrow list. And in addition to that, 3 Xerneas with the Geomancy and 1 Xerneas Break for the tech, just in case we faced annoying Giratina EX, so we can just one-hit knock her with the live stream and 6 energies in play, where on the other side Giratina cannot hit for the one-hit knockout against Xerneas Break. So from the item cards, as you can see, I'm running 4 copies of Max Elixir. So with 12 energies in play, top decking 6 cards and finding energy is just not a big problem. 1 Super Road, 3 copies of Trainer's Mails, which means that I can look at the top 4 cards of my deck and pick any trainer card I expect for the Trainer's Mail I find there. 4 Ultra Balls, 4 V-Seekers, and 4 V-Seekers, that's it. So from supporter cards, I'm running 1 copy of Hex Maniac, so I can shut down either way Giratina EX, Brainz Pulse, so I can shut down Greninja Break, or I can shut down pretty much Wild Plume, Item Lock in case I need. In addition to that, I'm running 1 copy of Lysander, 2 copies of N, of course, and 1 copy of Pokemon Ranger, just in case I was strike with Glaceon Crystal Ray, or maybe a Resistance Blizzard from the what's the name of that card? Regis, for example. In addition to that, of course, 4 copies of Professor Sycamore for the drop support, and then the most important thing, 4 Fairy Gardens, because you simply want to have each turn your stadium card in play, because in case you get Lysander to your Hoopa, you can just attach Fairy Energy. With the Fairy Garden in play, you can have free retreat, so that's the best part of the story here. 2 copies of XP Share, as I mentioned earlier, attached to one of your Pokemon. Pretty much, I always like to attach XP Share to my bench at Xerneas and to my Hoopa-EX, and then simply I can have, when I lost 1 Pokemon from play, 2 energies preserved in play, and basically, let's say I lost my Brilliant Arrow Mega Gardevoir, I lost 2 energies, I lost 3 energies, but I can actually keep 2 of them, so it's just like I lost 30 damage counters, which is just great. And of course, 3 Spirit Links, so I can evolve without losing my turn, and 12 basic energies in total. So deck looks very, very good. I highly recommend you to check gameplay, especially the game versus Volcanion, so you can actually see the good side of the XP Share. So see you in the game, enjoy, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, so enjoy. Okay, so I'm starting first. Let's take a look at the opening hand. 2 Gardevoirs. Okay, not that bad. So starting with two Gardevoirs, one Spirit Link. There's at least Ultra Ball for Hoopa, and there is a Trainer's Mail. So another Gardevoir-EX. Okay, somehow I'm thinking about attaching that Spirit Link on my bench at Gardevoir, playing one Ultra Ball for two supporter cards, and taking just the Shaymin-EX and putting into play after I put another Gardevoir on my bench. So I have three Gardevoirs and one Trainer's Mail, maybe for Stadium. Yep, okay, not that bad, I guess. So I can have Fairy Garden and Shaymin for 6. Let's see. Set up for 6. Okay, so not good at all, but at least I can play my Sycamore and one of my Fairy Gardens in order to take that Xerneas and put it onto my bench, because I'm probably going with my N. Somehow it's better than discard all 3 stadiums, I guess. So V-Seeker for N and 6 new cards. Hopefully a couple max elixirs, maybe not. This is definitely not good. So at least I can retreat and pass my turn. For turn 2, I guess I don't have to rush. I can just put energy from my hand on my Xerneas. Okay, Trainer's Mail for Lysander. Put Trainer's Mail, put my energy on my active Xerneas. Giratina is on the other side, so there's a Lysander probably on the Shaymin, as expected. One Mega Gardevoir, one energy to my Shaymin, and more than that, Sycamore for 7. Who knows what I will get here. Okay, XP Share to my Gardevoir, Spirit Link, and a Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail just for, okay, at least there's Ultra Ball. Maybe I can try to grab another Shaymin here. I guess I don't need more than just 2 Gardevoirs for attack, especially against Giratina. But I will need Hex Maniac for Giratina. That's the problem. Okay, so I didn't hit Max Elixir here, which is kind of weird. So I'm just retreating. Not the best start I was hoping for, but maybe I should even in this case Mega Evolve my Gardevoir with the XP Share instead of the Gardevoir with the Spirit Link. Pretty much it's the same thing. So there's another V-Seeker for the Lysander, this time on another Shaymin. So I'm just going in a circuit here. And of course I will attach energy onto my Shaymin, play Super Road. I don't need Mr. Mime here, just a Mega Gardevoir and 2 energies. And I'm playing my N, so very bad draw, that's for sure. Hopefully a couple Max Elixirs will help me here to maybe power up my Xerneas. Okay, so there is 1 energy. I can go with another Max Elixir and power up my Gardevoir-EX with the XP Share. Then it's time, of course, to retreat and finally be able to use Geomancy. So right now, all of my Pokemons in play will have free retreat. And that's very important. Okay, let me just see if I have Hex Maniac. Okay, I don't have, so looks like the Hex Maniac is prized. That means only one thing. I will need one of my Gardevoirs with the Shining Wind ready to attack my opponent, Giratina EX. So there is one Ultra Ball, Darkrai, and I'm not sure what was the last card, maybe Sycamore discarded for Hoopa. It's time for the setup, of course. I mean, I can even attack Giratina with my Xerneas, so that can also be counter for Giratina. So 2 Giratinas, Darkrai, and a Floatstone, Shaymin-EX. So another Max Elixir, no energy, no sign of the energy. Okay, there is, and I totally forget that I have Hex Maniac in my hand. Okay, Pearl City, Hoopa and Shaymin. One Fighting Fury Belt, one Darkness Energy on Darkrai, and my turn. Which means that I will respond back with my Fairy Garden. I have Trainer's Mail, so what can I find here with the Trainer's Mail? There's a V-Seeker, which means only one thing. I can add 1 energy to my Gardevoir, retreat, use V-Seeker, grab a Lysander. Unfortunately, I can strike only for 200, which means that I can only knock out one of his Giratinas here. So Shining Wind for 200 damage. And one of 2 Giratinas is actually knocked out, but I'm taking 2 prize cards, which is the most important thing here. Energy and Xerneas. So for the next turn, I guess I will not have my Mega Gardevoir, but there's a V-Seeker for Sycamore. Okay. V-Seeker for Sycamore, 1 Ultra Ball, probably for maybe Shaymin-EX, actually for the Trubbish. Trubbish is not the card you would like to play against Mega Gardevoir, I guess. Especially Garbodor. Okay, at least Darkrai can strike for 110. 130 right now, so 130 is a lot of damage counters, minus 20 for resistance. So it's definitely time to retreat back onto my bench. So it's time to run on my Xerneas and play 1 Trainer's Mail. There is just a Max Elixir, which I don't even want to play, because I will just try to see if I have any energy card left with my Geomancy. Unfortunately, I don't have, which means that I have only 1 left in my hand. So for the next turn, I need to 1-hit knock my opponent Darkrai, striking with my Gardevoir with a Brilliant Arrow on the bench. So far, Dark Pulse will be enough for the knockout for 150. And 1 energy can actually be preserved on my Gardevoir-EX. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 energies in play. That's just ridiculous how many energies I have. So Brilliant Arrow can actually be for 300, which is the 1-hit knockout. And I can take 2 prize cards, which is another Fairy Energy and a V-Seeker for the Lysander. I guess I can Lysander and knock out his Shaymin, just in case he came in the active spot with the Giratina, because right now I don't have Hex Maniac in my hand, but I do have it in my deck. So I can even grab Hex Maniac from my deck and basically shut down my opponent's ability. It all depends, of course, on the last card in his hand. So there's a V-Seeker for the Lysanders, of course, on my Xerneas down to the bench. Nope. Okay, so he just decided to go straight away for my Gardevoir-EX. But I still have enough energies. I have 6 energies in play. That's 180. And the last energy in my hand will be for 210. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my V-Seeker, grab the Lysander, Lysander my opponent, Shaymin on the bench, and simply call the GG. Alright, so 210 on the Shaymin and last 2 prize cards for me, and the game is pretty much over. Okay, so let's take a look. Another game. So waiting for my opponent for that coin flip. Okay, I won the coin flip, so I'm starting first. Let's take a look at the opening hand. No basic Pokemon for me. And luckily, no basic Pokemon for me. Again, no basic Pokemon for me. Oh, finally. Finally, there is Xerneas with the energy card and pretty much Max Elixir, but no other basic Pokemon. It would be nice to strike top deck Ultra Ball. Just a Spirit Link, I guess. Don't want to think too much. Let's go with N. My opponent dropped too many cards, so it's time for that N. Okay, there's a Xerneas and the Trainer's Mail. More than that, one copy of Shaymin-EX. So at least I can have that set up for extra cards. Trainer's Mail can give me opportunity to play my Max Elixir here, which is not that bad, I guess. Being able to have as many energies as I can have in play is always good. So one Max Elixir and one energy for my benched Xerneas. Shaymin for 3. Let's take a look. There is Ultra Ball. So it's time to discard my Hex Maniac and Sycamore in order to take that Hoopa-EX. And with the Hoopa, I can grab... With the Hoopa, basically, I can grab like 2 Gardevoirs and 1 Mega Gardevoir. And I'm pretty happy with that, I guess. I don't need Mr. Mime. Sorry, Mime. I don't need you. I'm playing against Volcanion. So, you're here just against Friday Night Evil Toe. We'll play you, I guess, next turn. Next time, not the next turn. So, 2 Gardevoirs, 1 more Trainer's Mail, but somehow I don't want to play that Trainer's Mail. Because maybe my opponent decide to play N, and I just waste my Trainer's Mail. But maybe the 5th card at my deck will be supporter card. So I miss opportunity maybe to take supporter card this turn. So I just don't want to play Trainer's Mail right now. I simply don't need it. Okay, Trainer's Mail for Ultra Ball can give him the opportunity maybe to take a couple more Volcanion EXs in play. Or maybe Shaymin-EX. As long as he didn't start with the single basic Volcanion, not the Volcanion EX in the active spot, I'm more than fine. But he can always get that Escape Rope. But luckily I'm prepared for Escape Rope because I have 2 Xerneases with Geomancy in play with both with the energy. And there are 3 Volcanion EXs and the Sycamore for 7. So with 3 Steam Ups he's capable to strike for, okay, Escape Rope. For 90 plus 130, which is 220, and this is so ridiculous. It's so strong. So 1 Volcanion EX Steam Up. He can add a couple more Steam Ups here. Second Steam Up, that's 80 damage already. 1 Max Elixir, 1 Fire Energy, and 1 Power Hitter for 80. And 2 more energies, 1 on the Volcanion EX and 1 on another Volcanion EX. So my turn, energy onto my Gardevoir with the Spirit Link, Trainer's Mail for just the XP share. I need XP share for sure. And it will goes down to a Hoopa-EX. So a Geomancy. I simply can't afford myself to play that Gardevoir Mega in play and take the damage counters between turns. This is just not gonna happen right now, but maybe on the next turn probably will happen. Who knows? There's Trainer's Mail for the die ball, so he can grab. Right now he can grab Starmie and easily 2 energies from his discard pile, but since he played previously turn Power Heater, right now he don't have a single energy in his discard pile, so he can't recycle them back. So if he wants to knock me out here, he just needs to add 1 energy with the Steam Up, so this is going to be 50 plus 80, or actually 130 in total. Okay, something like a Sycamore top deck for me is gonna be good. 1 Max Elixir, 3 energies on Volcanion. Will he miss opportunity to use Team Up? Not gonna happen. So I need very, very strong top deck. 1 energy, of course, it will be preserved and will go to the Hoopa. Oh boy, if I know that the top deck is Lysander, I would hesitate. I would just put my Gardevoir-EX in the active spot, but since I don't know what the top deck is gonna be, I would just put my Xerneas here. It's a V-Seeker top deck. So I guess I can just put 1 more energy onto my Gardevoir. I can Mega Evolve and I can V-Seeker for Sycamore, and it's actually not smart because my opponent have like 4 cards in his hand. Hex Maniac would make a lot of sense, but I simply can't afford myself to do that right now. Another Spirit Link. There is a Max Elixir. Let's see what we can find with the Max Elixir. We can find 1 energy. Okay, so 1 energy down to my Gardevoir-EX, and I have 3 Ultra Balls in my hand, but somehow I don't know if I want to discard 3 Ultra Balls in order to get 1 more Xerneas and put it into play. Somehow I think this is just not good option, so I will just Geomancy on my Shaymin and on my Gardevoir. And I don't even know if I have that many energy cards left. I do have. Okay. So I have XP Share. I simply need that Lysander so badly. Okay. Whew. It's all about Lysander. It's all about the first player who managed to strike with the Lysander. Looks like it's gonna be a winner, because if I can Lysander his Volcanion with 3 energies and knock it out, clearly I'm gonna be in advantage. Luckily there's a Sycamore for my opponent, so he had a Lysander in his hand, but he just simply couldn't afford it because he was not able to retreat. And the good thing is that he played 3 copies of V-Seeker and 2 Lysanders in his discard pile. That means only one thing. He just had 1 more V-Seeker left, which means only 1 Lysander in theory to play. And that's definitely good advantage for me. Oh, Escape Rope. Okay. Definitely Shaymin-EX. I simply don't want to put Hoopa because Hoopa have XP share, but of course Shaymin can be easily 1-hit knock it out without energies, but he can just use 2 steam ups and knock him out. So I just gave him opportunity to knock out Shaymin-EX. He can have it, that's for sure. He can have that Shaymin-EX. I don't care too much about it because overall in price exchange I'm gonna be in advantage because he had that floatstone attached on his Volcanion EX, and simply if I can even hit N, that's even going to be much better. So 130. I didn't know if he had 2 energies in his hand, so maybe even Hoopa might not be that bad option. But since he had that XP share, I just decide not to put him in the fire. So Gardevoir as a top deck. So Ultra Ball for another Mega Gardevoir. So 2 Mega Gardevoirs for me. One energy on my Xerneas, for that Xerneas break, of course. And that Brilliant Arrow is going to be so devastating. It's going to be for 300 damage. Even when I lost 2 energies, I will still be able to strike for like 100 plus. But next turn, I can even maybe knock out my opponent Volcanion with my Xerneas break. Because I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I will have 9 energies in play in total. So I will definitely gonna be able to one-hit him knockout with my Xerneas Break, which is just very, very powerful. Alright, so there is Ultra Ball for another Volcanion. And again, he have enough Volcanions for those steam ups. Overall, I think I lost this game. I simply need top deck N pretty much to win this matchup. Without N, I don't see how I can win this game. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to get that N. So there's a Starmie Space Beacon for 2 fire energies. Of course, couple steam ups. Right now he can strike for 160. One more steam up, 190. And he's still short for one more steam up, which is going to be 220. He needs 3 steam ups here, even to one-hit knock with my Mega Gardevoir. There's a Flow Stone, and I know that he had one more Fire Energy in his hand, but I don't know what else he have in his hand. But he's also down to like 5 cards, and somehow I think that this might be it. So another steam up. That's 190. And the mystery card in my opponent's hand is, oh, we don't know which card is. How the heck he add 3 steam ups? I didn't see that. He did add 3 steam ups. Okay, I didn't pay attention. Let me just count something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I need to put my Mega Gardevoir. Because if I put my Xerneas, he will not survive 2 steam ups, and the top deck card for me is just devastating. It's a Super Road. Okay, I wish I have Ultra Ball and more cards so I can get something that I can use. Never mind. It's all about Lysander, I guess. Brilliant Arrow for, I think, 270. So 2 more prize cards for me, and it's all about Lysander right now, I think. V-Seeker and the Fairy Energy. He missed the opportunity to power up another Volcanion EX, but he can simply get Lysander and Lysander my Xerneas Break, where he can actually buy some time simply by attacking with his Volcanion on the bench. But since I have V-Seeker in my hand, I just need somehow to find access on my Lysander. Fisherman. Okay. Couple more steam ups. Good thing is that he used last V-Seeker for the Fisherman, which means that I will win this game. Because he can strike for 80, he can't Lysander, he can't add steam ups for the next turn, and oh, nice, top deck. What a top deck. Top deck was a Lysander for me, but I was just like thinking about playing V-Seeker for Hex Maniac, retreat onto my Xerneas Break, and basically attack with him. One-hit knock on my opponent Volcanion, but I did well with that top deck, so I can go for 300 and win the game, knocking out his Volcanion for less 2 prize cards.